And we'll be talking about other things. I know you'll ask, will we be talking about meddling? And I will absolutely bring that up. I don't think you'll have any, gee, I did it, you got me. There won't be a Perry Mason here, I don't think, but you never know what happens, right? But I will absolutely, firmly ask the question.
I hope you all remember Perry Mason. Meanwhile, President Trump today emphasizing his desire to talk to Russian President Putin about their meddling in our elections when he meets with a former KGB agent on Monday. Here now to discuss is Claudia Rosett, former Moscow bureau chief for the Wall Street Journal, currently a foreign policy fellow with the Independent Women's Forum. So, Claudia, we should mention that the president knew that the indictment, these Russian indictments, were going to come out today. So he was trying to get ahead of the announcement, which was made around noon, a couple hours before he said that.
Yeah, actually, I love the timing of this. I think it's a wonderful thing for him to be going into that summit with this right in everybody's face, because this was outrageous. And something does need to be done about it.
So what should he say? What should he say to Putin? What should he demand that Putin do, and at what consequence?
I think you should threaten him, frankly, having worked in Russia and knowing something of the methods. Look, he already did that at the NATO meeting, where what he was basically pushing for was NATO needs to spend more on defense. That's directly in the face of Putin. Russia is the target of that. And I don't think he was splitting the alliance. I think he was telling them they need skin in the game. Now here's this further offense committed by the Russians against the U.S. David, it's going to be very hard to protect against this kind of cyber intrusion purely through technical means. You know, that's an evolving game. What's really needed is a deterrent threat. I mean, this is the 1980s calling to ask for American deterrence back. and for that, I think President Trump has to find some way, possibly in the nicest possible conversational style, to tell Vladimir Putin that if he does this further again, right, he's really going to hurt.
Well, and let's pull back a little bit, Claudia, because and just look at the overall style of what's happened between the United States and Russia since Trump became president, because for all the rhetoric about President Trump being a tool of Vladimir Putin, he's been kind of a thorn in Putin's side. I mean, you look at what's happened in Syria, for example, where we've actually attacked Russian targets that have led to Russian deaths. You look at situations in other parts of the globe. And what I loved is when he specifically took on this deal, this gas deal between Russia and Germany, which I'm sure you would agree is crony capitalism. Let's just take a listen to what the president said about that.
To me, it is a tragedy. I think it's a horrific thing that's being done, where you're feeding billions and billions of dollars from Germany primarily, and other countries, but primarily from Germany, into the coffers of Russia, when we're trying to do something so that we have peace in the world.
Now, this hits Russia right in the pocketbook, Claudia.
Yeah, which is what that was all about. While the European NATO's leaders were choking on their croissant at the lovely breakfast in Brussels, actually this is about money. And President Trump is absolutely on target and entirely right about that. I mean, he's saying something and pointing something out where that's going to impress Vladimir Putin far more than any veneer of NATO solidarity.
I think you're right. Claudia Rosett, good to see you. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.